Hi everyone, it's Clarissa from ClarissaExplainsItAll.net. If you are not familiar with me, I am blogging over at ClarissaExplainsItAll.net about family, travel, and a little bit of fashion. Usually it's casual fashion, everyday fashion. So just a little bit about me in case you haven't tuned in before. I wanted to talk tonight about, oh, there goes my dog Jaxie. I wanted to talk tonight about getting it all done. And I felt like I should get on today. It was a perfect time and tell you the truth about getting it all done. Today was a tough day. Like, I just felt overwhelmed. I felt like from the moment I got up this morning, I thought it would be an easier day because for the first time this summer, my daughter started camp and she's just turned 7. So up until now, it's kind of, I'm bored, what are we going to do? And I also have my son who's 13 and drive me here and take me there. Can I have a friend over? Can I go to a friend's? It's just constant. So I'm working, I'm trying to work, and I'm trying to do housework and take care of the dog and, just get everything done. Everything that I need to get done too, on top of taking care of the kids. So I felt like with my daughter going to camp this week, I thought, it's going to be a lot easier of a week. Well, it wasn't because she had to go to camp really early this morning. I am not a morning person. I'll be the first to admit it. And after that, it just was a busy day. I felt like I did so much, but nothing got done. Do you ever have one of those days? It's so frustrating. Hi, Amy. It's so frustrating to feel like you did all these things during the day, but got nothing done. That's how my day was today. And it made me think, sometimes I talk to people or see people and they're like, oh, I don't know how you do it all. I don't. And sometimes I sit and I break down and I cry, and I'll be the first to admit these things to you. Anytime you need, somebody to admit the truth to you, tune into my site or check out my blog, because I'll be the first to tell you that I get just overwhelmed. And especially on a day, like I said, when I thought it was going to be an easier day since my daughter had camp and she wasn't going to be around today, I was for sure, I was going to get all this stuff done in my head. I had all these plans. I was, getting all the housework done. I was working and I was going to have a free evening. Needless to say, I have hours of work to do after I get off this Facebook Live, but I'm telling you the truth that I don't get it all done. I put off so many things. I push off so many things. I try to get it all done, but I am just my worst critic sometimes. I'm so hard on myself. Not going to cry on this Facebook Live, but I am so hard on myself. It takes somebody else outside of me to see that and tell me that, but I'm really hard on myself. If I don't have my bed made at home or all the beds made at home, if my house doesn't look perfect, I say perfect, clean and just the way I like it, if my clothes aren't put away, I'm just so hard on myself. Like, I feel like, Amy, okay, you're struggling here too. Okay, well, this is good. I'm glad you're here to talk to me. We could talk to each other about it. Oh, you just had to give up something. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Amy. Please share if you feel like it, anything you want. I've had to give up some things too. You're not alone there. It's tough. I say that it's not about balancing things, and I'm actually going to include this in an upcoming blog post, but it's no longer, we should have chatted. I'm sorry. There again was a part of my day today that I'd never anticipated happening, didn't even anticipate being there. So, but we should have. You sometimes have to realize that there's no balance, that I kind of embrace the blend instead of the balance. And I try to realize, you know what? I can't balance it all. I have 2 hands and that's about it. So when the scales start tipping one or the other ways, that means I can't balance it all. And putting housework, kids, dog, husband, work, blogging, now my scale's all the way down here, see? So it's not about the balance, it's about trying to find the blending all parts of your life together to try to make things work the best that they can. That's kind of what, hi Jessica, that's kind of what I'm finding helps me out. Not today, it didn't help me out, but try to find, instead of saying balance, maybe find things that you can blend together. Oh, okay, you lost your focus. Okay. Yes, Amy, I don't want to, whoever's jumping on here or whoever's listening on the replay, I hate to stray, but this is a good conversation because I actually did the same thing. I realized that something like that, like for you, the LuLaRoe, and you know, for me when I jumped in it briefly, getting an insight to what it is and having, I hate to say to hustle because, you know, I hustle in a different way in the blogging world, but in LuLaRoe, yeah, there's a lot of time that they don't tell you up front that you lose and give away with your family. A lot of my blogging, a lot of my writing, a lot of my working is done when the kids are asleep or somewhere else, or if they're home, you know, we're here. Yes, eye-opening, Amy. It really is. It truly is. And if there's one thing I don't want to give up on a weekend is time away with my family or doing something that I want to do because I don't get a lot of that time. So that was one thing I had to seriously take a look at, and I learned that really quick because I like my time. I don't get a lot of it. It may look like it, but I don't. I like my time, and I want to do what I want to do when I have the time to do it. If I want to get up and take my kids to the shore for a couple hours in the day, or if we want to go do something, if I want to go get a pedicure, if I want to go out to lunch with my husband, I want to do those things. They come first. I don't want to go to someone's house and sit in their house for 5 hours selling clothes. That's just me. But so Amy, I completely hear you. Please don't feel, if you do, don't feel like that's a failure or you didn't get to do something. That's part of the blend. That's it. You had a learning experience. You did it. You learned from it. And now you decided your focuses need to be elsewhere. That's great. You get to choose those things in life. That's the good thing about life. And that's, you know, when I think about those things, you have the opportunity or the option to change things in life. So you saw it, you changed it, something else will come along, something else that will be better suited for you will happen, and you'll blend that into your life. But that's how I feel. I feel that try not to think, yeah, no, hijack it. It's fine. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk. I hope people join in, and I hope that people can relate to some of the things that I'm saying. If there's ever a topic you want to talk about, please leave that in the comments, and I'll try to talk about it if I can, especially if I have, you know, any insight into it. Please, Amy, don't feel like that at all. Comment, talk, you know, I'm sitting here reading them. So I just want you to know, everybody out there, whoever's listening, you're not alone. Whatever it is that you may be going through or thinking or feeling in some way, somehow, you're not alone. There's somebody out there dealing with that, going through that. And today for me, it was just a sense of overwhelm. Like I couldn't even put it into words. Every little thing happened and I did all these things. And at the end of the day, I felt like I had nothing to show for it, which then it frustrates me. It really like gets on me because I'm so hard on myself. So the takeaway is we all need to learn to not be so hard on ourselves. Everything's not going to get done. It's okay if my bed isn't made, even though in my head, I literally think about that all day long, that my bed isn't made, but that's just me. It's okay if, you know, you didn't get your kids the perfect meal or they had something. Jaxie, come over here. You want to come here? You want to come in the live? It's okay if, you know, your kids didn't get fed the perfect meal. It's okay. Go easy on yourself because it'll just make the next day better, the next day easier. Know that, again, it's not about trying to balance, because when you try to balance, something tips, something falls. It really, life just doesn't work on the balance. You know, you add all these things on one side and it just doesn't happen. Try to think about the blend. Try to blend what you can together, and what you don't get done, there's tomorrow. There's another day. Delegate. I need to learn that. We'll talk about that in another live. I don't delegate enough. I try to take on every single thing I can until I'm crying, and I could have asked for help and I don't. So that's another thing that I need to personally learn. But I'm just here to tell you the truth that I sit sometimes and cry because I feel like the world is on my shoulders, and it's not. It's not. It's not that serious. I put that pressure on me. So maybe someone else out there, feels the same way, can relate to that. We need to all hold ourselves accountable in that way and not put that kind of pressure on ourselves. If we need to talk about it, we'll talk about it and share and let it go. So I need to learn to let it go. I tonight will have a glass of wine while I'm working. I have work to do tonight, unfortunately. Luckily, the kids, at least Tatum's in bed and Keith and Reese are playing. So, thanks for the hearts. Yeah, I think we're all, we're human. We're human. It's only human nature to be hard on yourself and to want to do it all and to want to make everything happen and be happy. But I want to do it all. I want to be everywhere. Whenever I can, I want to be around the country and back again. And sometimes it's just not possible. And on top of that, I want to make sure, I fit in a date night with my husband. I want to walk the dog and spend time with her. I want to hang out with the kids and do one-on-one time with my kids. But sometimes when it doesn't happen the way I plan it to be or plan it out that way, I just need to know that it's okay. We all need to know that it's okay, that there's another day and you learn from what you didn't do or what you learn from just how you behave. And you can say, you know what? Tomorrow I'm not going to make the bed or I'm not going to clean this, and I'm going to give that hour to doing something else that I didn't get to do the day before that I really wanted to do. That's the blend. There it is. We didn't balance it, but we blended it into life. That's life. So I hope that you can relate to this. I hope that you are easy on yourself. I hope that you remember that everyone out there, you are enough. You are doing enough. What you have to say and give and provide and do is enough. It's enough. So don't ever feel or let anybody else make you feel that it's not, because you are. And if no one has told you that, I'm telling you that. You're enough. I hope everyone has a good night. Unfortunately, I have to work, so send virtual wine if you can. And I will get back on and talk soon. If you have any topics you want me to talk about, or you have anything that you want me to comment on, please leave that on my page at any time. We can chat about it. Bye. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.